Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2019 general readings. We're looking at the first half of June from the 1st through the 15th. Welcome to everybody here. Welcome to any newcomers and first timers, and welcome back to any followers and subscribers. Thanks for tuning in today and for taking the time to send in all your support, feedback, and comments. And a big note of gratitude to all of my clients out there, both regular and new, for keeping me so busy with personal readings. And as those of you who follow me know, if you are interested in scheduling a personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description link below or going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button there. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I can usually respond to your initial request within the same day or the first 24 hours. And scheduling the actual reading is pretty timely too. I do readings full-time, 6 days a week. It is all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent at working with your schedule and mine to get you readings as quickly as possible. So send me an email if you're interested, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's move right into this reading. This is for the air sign of Aquarius for the first half of June 2019. As many of you know, general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody who watches because there's so many of you watching and everybody's lives are different. So if you know your rising sign, moon sign, Venus sign, watch those videos as well for additional clarification. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what the first half of June has in store for you. Okay, Aquarius, we begin with the Nine of Swords, never a card I like to see, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. Next we have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Pentacles, lots of Pentacles energy here, and the overall energy of the first half of June is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune for you for the first half of June, Aquarius, divine timing and orchestration is strongly at play for you from June 1st through the 15th, although timing is always a little fluid one way or the other. In the upright position, the Wheel of Fortune implies a stroke of good luck, of good fortune. It represents forces that are outside of our control, God, Spirit, your angels and guides, and it also represents that whatever is happening during this time period, to go with the flow as much as possible, particularly if something external which you have no control over comes in and creates an event of some kind. It also represents that the events playing out are happening for a certain reason and a certain purpose, even if you can't see that or understand that. Right. But there is a lot of stress, anxiety, and worry for you, too much. We have the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Nine of Swords is a card of stress, anxiety, worry, and fear. Usually this shows up when someone is in fear of something which either hasn't played out yet or hasn't finished playing out yet. You know, what am I going to do if this happens? What am I going to do if that doesn't happen? What do I do? What do I do? Imagining what the results and consequences and outcome of something is going to be, but it's always the worst possible outcome. The good news of the Nine of Swords is that it's somewhat illusionary energy, meaning that while the source of your fears, anxieties, concerns might be valid, the Nine of Swords represents that you're making it much bigger and much worse in your head than is actually reflected in the reality of the situation. So you're making it worse than it already is, or imagining an outcome that's the worst possible outcome when that's not what it's going to be. Swords is air energy. In the tarot, this represents energy of the mind, our ideologies, our belief systems, our perceptions, because that influences the way that we see the world, situations, other people, which affects the way that we relate, communicate our own words and our ideas. Swords can also represent truth, education, enlightenment, learning, everything that goes on in our heads. So all of these swords that are surrounding this woman who's, you know, sitting up at 2 o'clock in the morning because she can't sleep because she's got this obsessive thinking about this thing, they can represent one blanket fear or anxiety or a lot of different, you know, conflicting ideas. But it does represent thinking about something too much, obsessing over something, maybe to the point where it's, you know, causing you sleepless nights or nightmares or things of that sort. So cut that energy down a bit. You're making it actually worse than it actually is. So what's that about? Now the Nine of Swords is clarified with the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is earth energy. That's the element which governs this suit. Now the energy of the suit of Pentacles can be defined or summed up by it's about the efforts that we put into or the attention we put into the things that keep us feeling stable and secure about the structure of our life. Usually tangible earthly things like money, finances, property, projects, resources, assets, etc. Things we can see and touch and feel that contribute to the stability and security of our life. So the Seven of Pentacles is a card of reflection and assessment of those things. Looking at what you taking stock of something, whether it's a particular situation, job, or something like that in your life, or whether it's your life, the structure of your life as a whole. Taking a look at all the efforts you put into it, as this woman is doing with this harvest. She has put a lot of effort into growing this harvest, planted the seeds, took care of it, watched it grow, and now the fruit is here and ripe, as manifested or symbolized by these pentacles. And she's pausing before she picks it. She's taking a look. What do I have to show for my efforts? What am I going to do with that? Should I continue going in the same way? Should I plant the same crop and just keep everything the same? Should I plant the same crop but do some different things? Should I just harvest what I have and then go and do something different? So it's a card of taking a stock of what you have in something, what you've invested in it, what you've gotten out of it, and trying to make up your mind as to what to do moving forward. Now, in the tarot, tens represent completion or achievement or a cycle coming to a close. So the Seven of Pentacles would imply a good harvest, but it's not a full or complete harvest or everything perhaps that you wanted it to be. So one of the questions might be, can I make this 7 into a 10? And if so, how? Or am I content with staying this way with this, or should I move further on? So the stress and anxiety is about that. Now, because this is a general reading rather than a personal reading, what it is that you're taking stock of is going to vary depending on what's going on in your life when you're watching this video. For some of you, it might be an actual investment. It might be a piece of property or your home. It might be a job or career path, something that you've put a lot of work into and you're stressing about it. Perhaps some of you are taking a look around at your life in general and thinking, this is where I'm at in my life right now. Did I want to be somewhere different? Should I make changes, etc.? But there's too much stress and anxiety about it. You may be worrying about it too much, thinking about it, stressing about it, obsessing about it too much. Perhaps you feel like you're not where you should be in your life. I feel like some of you, even though I'm not seeing the Five of Pentacles here, some of you may be out of work and looking for work or waiting on the results of interviews or job applications or something of that sort as well. I feel like some of you are waiting on something to come in, an offer to come in of some kind, or perhaps some help. Some of you, I'm getting maybe just a handful of you, this may be about an investment you've made or how to grow something you've put a lot of work into to make it better somehow. So next to that, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So you have more of an abundance of earth energy than anything else. You have 3 Pentacles card, 1 Sword card, and then 1 Major Arcana card, that Wheel of Fortune. So the majority of your energy is centered around Pentacles, around earth. So for many of you, this probably has something to do with the security and stability of the structure of your life, whether it's actual finances and an investment or your home or job, work, career, that sort of thing. You will be getting an offer of some kind of help, maybe around the end of the first week of June or around the second week of June or the middle. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So Knights are the guardians, the bringers, the deliverers. And they can also represent the speed at which a situation moves. Now the Knight of Pentacles, since he's governed by earth, he is the slowest of all 3 of his brother knights, but he still moves forward. He just does so slowly, cautiously, carefully. He covers every ground. He looks at all the details. He's very cautious and very much a hard worker, but he wants to make sure that every step that he takes, he completes in as thorough a manner as possible. So there is an offer or opportunity coming in, which is quite concrete and tangible and sincere. It may hold a lot of potential. Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles shows up for a job offer or opportunity or project, a project of some kind of tangible nature. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is sitting right next to the Nine of Swords, so it might be this offer or opportunity that you're spending a lot of time stressing and worrying about. It may be that you're waiting on this particular offer to come in. It could be an offer of help. It might be a job offer or opportunity, or for projects it could be an investment of money of some kind, or an investor. Now the Knight of Pentacles is followed by the Three of Pentacles. Now here's the card of teamwork, partnership, collaboration. It's about working with other people in order to achieve a common cause and a common goal. You may not even like everybody that you have to work with or that you have to collaborate with, but everybody agrees that everybody is in agreement that there's one common goal or common cause, something that they're wanting to build on together. It could be in a project, or even solving a problem or an issue of some kind. This is a card of teamwork, not I work. This is a card that represents group contribution rather than personal contribution as well. Now for some of you, this could be just as cut and dried as waiting for and receiving a job offer or opportunity to work with a certain group of people. It could be an offer or an opportunity that you're waiting on for someone to come and help you, perhaps with whatever the source of this stress, anxiety, and worry is. I feel like some of you, regardless of what the specifics and details of the situation is, that a lot of you are worried about whether or not it's the right thing to work with other people on this or include other people in this as well. And for those of you who are waiting for this offer or opportunity, it is coming. Maybe not until the middle of the month or so, because the Knight of Pentacles is a little on the slow side, but it is coming. But I feel like there's a decision that has to be made here. So let's pull one or two advice and guidance cards from Spirit. There is going to be an offer of help or an offer to partner or team up with at least one other person. Okay, advice, guidance. Oh, your cards just flipped right out here. 2, we have the Four of Swords and the Two of Wands. Four of Swords came out first. So guidance and advice on how to best navigate through the first half of, I almost said November for some reason, of June. So the Four of Swords, this is a card of taking a break, taking a step back temporarily. Temporarily because he's still girded for battle. He's taken his helmet off, his hand gauntlets off this night. The three swords pointing down at him represent the conflict, the challenge, whatever this situation is. His own sword, reasoning, belief system, skills is lying close by his hand should he need it. But for the time being, he has temporarily withdrawn. Why? Because he feels tired, worn out, exhausted, needs to get a different perspective so he makes the best decision possible, or goes back kind of recharge, which I think you need to do. This card also speaks of needing to take better care of yourself and get some rest, which is obvious from this Nine of Swords. This is the opposite of getting rest because you're stressing and worrying so much. The Four of Swords says, look, take a step back, get some sleep, maybe get away for a day or two, because you'll get a different perspective then. It's never a good idea to make decisions when we're in the midst of all the stress, anxiety, worry, sleepless nights. So the Four of Swords says that you're feeling that and you need to take a step back, kind of rest, recuperate, maybe get some feedback or insight from somebody that you trust on where to go and which path to decide on, which I felt like there was a decision that needed to be made, or that will need to be made, which is what this man is doing. He's come to a crossroads and he's trying to figure out whether to go left or whether to go right. It's the Two of Wands. Wands is fire energy, and a lot of times the fire energy can point to a career path or something that you're trying to build or accomplish moving forward, and how to best do that, what path to take, which direction do I go in. So you need to take some time out. That's the advice, if at all possible, Aquarius. because one, it looks like you're just your brain's kind of chewing on itself over this, like a dog chasing its tail, and that's no good because it puts you in a position of fear and stress and anxiety, and you can't see clearly and make proper decisions. And I think it's unrealistically based. Whatever your fears are, the fears might be valid, or the place they come from might be valid, but the Nine of Swords is you've made the fear of it unrealistic. It's not even matching the situation anymore. So you need to take a step back, rest, take a little better care of yourself, maybe get some feedback from somebody else, and figure out where to go from there. So Aquarius, that pretty much wraps up your June 2019 general reading, the first half of it anyway. I'll see you in a couple of weeks to take a look at what the second half of the month looks like. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful and useful. And if any of you are interested in scheduling a personal one-on-one reading with me, particularly if this resonated for you, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I do a lot of different types of reading: love and romance, relationship compatibility charting, career, work and finance, investment readings, gift readings for friends, family, and loved ones. And I also offer 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look, in all the main areas of your life, a lot of different areas of life. So there's a few things to choose from if you are interested. You can get all that info by clicking on the description link below. So I'll see you all in a couple of weeks, and until then, Aquarius, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.